did I do? I made a change altogether. I got lucky, yeah? A halfway change. It was like not a complete change. It was like a part change. They told me I had 2 minutes to change, so I was like cooling it. And somebody that told me I had the 2 minutes ain't even in the show. He was standing in the door looking from outside. He yelled, "You got all the time you want." And I thought he had a thing on his ear, but it was just a very large growth, and I listened to it. Oh, yeah. Could I have the book so I can do it right? No, that's the wrong one. Who's got it? Bill? Would you mind? Thank you. Thank you, Bill. This is Bill Richmond, one of our writers. Thank you very much. Last week, the only reason that we are presenting this somewhat in the same vein that we did last week was because I had mentioned this book that you see right here. It's called That Kid, The Story of Myself. And it's written by Richard Gaiman. And the reason that we're doing it again is because last week, the Avon Publishing Company, they felt that we should have produced it with music and so on. And that's why we're putting some piano to it and let you know that it is on sale. Dick Gaiman, a very fine writer. It's an amazing thing that there are so many of these kind of books, and yet they make... there are so many of these books, and as I say, they still make... Part of it with those little white lines. Oh. Why can't I have just a prop man? Do you know what this man does every time he... He's a crazy person. I never saw anything like it in my whole life.
For heaven's sake, nice to see you again. Del Moore, for heaven's sake.
Yes.
I've seen you in a number of pictures.
Yes,
An 8x10, a 4x5.
And my radio voice is coming through like a bird bath.
Yes,
right?
Sir. The Clyde Wallach of the airways.
Nice to see you, Del.
It's a pleasure, really, believe me.
I mean it sincerely.
Welcome aboard.
Wonderful. Thanks a lot. You know what would be a very, very good thing to do? Right now.
A little pad would help, right?
No, the thing that I would like to do is to... is to acknowledge a very lovely little lady, and I didn't want to forget to take care of it. Robin Balness. Little Robin is a young lady who was our MDA poster girl about 3 years ago. And she lives in Framingham, or outside of Framingham, Massachusetts. And she waits for I should say hello to her. So hello, Robin, darling. And I thought I would say hello because they wanted me to be sure not to forget. And I got a very lovely letter from your mommy, Robin, and I promised her I would say hello. You know, there's a thing with the FCC about talking. I don't know what that rule is.
Western Union gets a little unhappy. See, they're in that business, you see.
No, this is a legitimate thing. You're not allowed to talk like direct to people.
Right. That's
the FCC says you got to talk generally.
Well, it's Postal Telegraph. It doesn't like it. Somebody.
No, they are not in business anymore. Postal Telegraph. They're working with us next week.
Oh.
It's a different. What is it?
Hello, room service. Send me up a room, won't you?
What did you give me the phone for? Oh, fine. I know where it is. Thank you very much. I'm sorry I woke you. We'd like to introduce our... No? We have some trouble backstage?
Would you do me a favor? And
Wait a
tell
second.
story?
No, don't look to lie. Wait
No,
a
I
second.
mean a story. Oh, all right.
What do you mean we have some trouble backstage? No, just answer my question, Mr. Cross. You're my producer. You're giving me give me the sign. Give me the sign. Charlie Courage. It's easy to hold up a card. Want to see what this says, folks? Spelled backwards is DAC. In other words, we have a tech. Oh, we have a problem with the scenery. Oh, is it still in trouble? Oh, well, we can pad. Friends, the communist people some years ago...
No, let's talk about what I want to
Oh, all right. Yeah, okay. What did you want to talk about?
I wanted you to do a little quick...
That's the fun of live, when you can sweat like this.
Would you... You know how good you are at navigation on the boat.
Navigation,
I
yes.
wanted you to tell one little quick story about how you got lost one day by putting something in.
Don't ask me to tell that
It's so
because...
funny. It's a true.
All right.
Tell it. You got time. Come on.
My pussycat is a pussycat boat, and it's one of the greatest boats in the history of the United States Navy. As a matter of fact, I'm seriously thinking of firing on Long Beach just to teach him a lesson. It's the most gorgeous craft in the water. I love this pussycat. It is one of the great loves of my life. And if I wasn't a person and it wasn't wood, I would love it to marry. I love that boat. And I took the pussycat to Newport. Get a load of this. I was a real Captain Christian, and you should pardon the expression. And, you know, Hanukkah's not the time to do those jokes. But I went to Newport, and my dear friend Joey Stabile is on board, and Dick Stabile, Joey's brother, and Del Moore, and myself, and Hal Bell. And I said to them, the greatest pussycat boat is not the greatest without sound. And I thought that I would put music on the bridge. And I brought a stereo music system up on the bridge. And I placed one speaker on the port side, one speaker on the starboard side. Dead center in line with the bow was our compass. What I didn't know was that in all speaker systems, there are magnetic forces that give the sounds that we hear. And we're coming back from Newport, and I only have 10 hours of fuel. And I say, we're right on course, men, 133 degrees, due north. We'll come up to San Diego in about 15 minutes. And in 15 minutes, we were in the middle of Tahiti.
And 2 days later...
We were just without any action at all, and there was plenty of nausea from swaying without fuel. And I was never so scared in my life, and I called the Coast Guard, and I yelled, Ma! And they came and got me, and you never saw such an egotist standing there like a broken person. Thanks for taking me in. And they towed me like a dirty boat from the speakers. So there's no music on board of the Pussycat no more. I got a live band, 5 pieces.
What happened? What caused it? It drew the compass away.
Sure. The magnets in the speakers drew the compass around about 70 degrees, and of course it took us right to Jerusalem, naturally, and, you know, you get in trouble. I would like to present once again our very special guest, a gentleman who needs really very little introduction. He makes show business just that much more exciting by the mere fact that he partakes in it. Mr. Sammy Davis Jr.